Three, two, one. Third World Podcast, guys. Welcome back. I'm Caleb.
Shops here.
We are ready to rock and roll. We got a lot to talk about. The multiverse. My least favorite plot element of every comic book / video game.
But inevitability, nonetheless.
Yeah. Let me tell you why it's so lame. Okay. The multiverse concept. I was playing Mortal Kombat 1 story. Or the DLC actually, Chaos Reigns. And there's a part where our main timeline people get stuck in another dimension where Havoc is the supreme ruler. And the characters are running away, and Multiverse Reign, everyone's favorite Mortal Kombat character, runs up and he's like, "Come with me if you want to live."
Yeah.
And he shows them all around. And then Multiverse Reign dies. Do you think I felt anything when alternate dimension Reign died? Do you think I was like, no, they killed my favorite character?
I mean, just as much as when they killed Clone Batman from Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, Clone Batman. Yeah, thank you. Or at the end of the game when they said, there's still 8 other Brainiacs you gotta fight. Yeah, and I was just like... It's the same problem with clones.
Yeah.
Okay? In fact, Spider-Man learned this the hard way with the Clone Saga. You know, it's just like, it just makes everything dumb. It takes out all the stakes. So, like, at the end of Mortal Kombat 1, the main story... it turns out in 11, Shang Tsung and Liu Kang fight for the crown that changes time and creates a new universe. And at the end, Liu Kang wins, and he starts the new universe, which is Mortal Kombat 1. It's the new timeline, and he's the supreme god of all things. And then at the end of the story, it turns out Shang Tsung, an alternate dimension where he won the last fight in 11, now decides in his timeline he wants to merge the timelines and fight. And I was like, why? And it just ruins stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Perfectly good opportunity to reboot everything, but they didn't. They couldn't help themselves.
No, they couldn't. It has to be multiverse. Multiverse takes out stakes. It takes out emotions. It seems like a fun idea in the sense of like, wow, we could literally do anything, but they never do anything like fun with the concept. I'm sure there's been good storylines. Like,
it goes beyond just, we found
Yeah.
evil versions of ourselves. It's more just like an easy reset button every single time.
Yeah.
I still am not over the whole Gamora thing or how they treated that such a backpedal.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, because it was such a bold move of like, oh, we killed her in Infinity War. And then in the next movie, just another one takes her place.
Yeah, like nothing happened.
And we still never got like I would say, satisfying resolution to that plot line because they don't end up together in Guardians 3.
Right.
She comes back. She's a totally different character. It was like just a weird...
So it was a backpedal and a character assassination.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's like...
yeah. So it's like, just not my favorite plot point for a number of reasons as we described.
Yeah, no.
So, now, Marvel was able to find, from one perspective, it didn't work overall, but from one angle, the Marvel movies found a way to kind of make it interesting when they were able to bring back actors from other franchises.
Yeah.
So when, we got a cameo from John Krasinski as, Mr. Fantastic in Doctor Strange 2. And then in Deadpool 3, it's like, here's Chris Evans again. He's Captain America. He's back. And then he's like, flame on. Like that. From that perspective, we got all the actors back. That's cool. It's very short-lived, though, because then they tried to go the whole multiverse route as their main plot line. And the problem they hit was like, Kang's the new villain. He's trying to do the Secret Wars, merge all the universes together. So every time they beat Kang, there's like 5 more replacements of it. It's like there's no stakes. And so they hit the same problem.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Kang? Kang got fired a long time ago, Shaps. Why are we bothering?
Because supposedly the first draft script of the Kang Dynasty has leaked online and people are eating it up.
As like better than what we're getting or not better?
Well, here's the thing. It was never confirmed to be the actual script.
Right.
I watched a video that kind of just read the whole thing. I personally think it's AI generated, like ChatGPT. Not the studio did it. I think someone literally ChatGPT'd it and then threw it online and then posed it as a real script. It's shocking how it's like this is it even worth their time to like just renounce it or whatever? But essentially, the whole big thing about the script is it just kills off as many characters as possible.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kind of like tipped me off, because I'm like, Infinity War had an opportunity to kill off a lot more people than it did. And only 2 people ended up dying at the end of everything.
Yeah.
This movie, so what they do is they take every hero, every single hero so far, kind of what Infinity War did, plus all the TV show heroes, like all of them. Moon Knight's there, for instance.
Nice.
Like Daredevil's there. It's like, oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
And then they split them off in 3 different groups. So it's basically like it's just taking the same story from Infinity War, where they split off in 2 or 3 groups.
Yeah.
And they're doing it again, but the groups are bigger. And I'm like, this already sounds like the most expensive movie. And what I was thinking is that this is not going to be, Kang Dynasty would never make Infinity War money.
Right.
It just with not enough seats, right? Like it would make money, definitely. It's an Avengers film, but like it would the hype behind the Infinity War and Endgame, there's no way that they would make that much money.
Yeah.
So why would they consider making a more expensive movie? Like,
Right.
It sounded like it'd be like, double. Because again, effects cost more now.
Oh yeah.
And then like to have like twice the amount of actors and then all these story plots. Well, then they just start killing like them left and right. Like Thor dies, and like halfway through the film, like just nonchalantly, like Kang gets killed. Like there's 3 different Kangs they're going after, and each Kang gets to kill like 2 heroes. It's like a pattern. It was a weird pattern behavior.
Yeah.
And then they bring Miles Morales in, and he dies in this movie. So people are like, it's kind of messed up to bring Miles Morales in and kill him off in the first movie.
A character
It's
that
like,
everyone's begging to see in live action.
yeah, just like I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
So like you might see this script floating around. I implore you to read it, because I think it's hilarious if you come out of a perspective like people are actually believing this, or worst case scenario, this actually is a real script and they really dodged a bullet.
Right. Well, okay, that's the thing though with first drafts. Okay, so
Sure. Emphasis first draft.
Yeah, yeah. Like, okay, you take the Star Wars prequels, which I know you love. Those are all first drafts, by the way. Like you can see it.
And you can. There's a pro to that, right?
I'm pro Palestine.
Real quick, it's like I saw a meme where it's like George Lucas. He's like, yeah, geopolitics was a really stupid idea for kids, wasn't it?
Way to go, George. No, okay, so first draft. So like the original Star Wars sequel trilogy, the first draft for which ended up being Rise of Skywalker, not what it was going to be called initially, but the first draft had the idea that Anakin Skywalker was still alive, but it wasn't him. It's like his personality was split into, there's Anakin, which turned back to the light, and like that you see at the end of Return of the Jedi. And then his also dark Darth Vader personality split off. So Darth Vader was initially supposed to come back as like only his Darth Vader essence of Anakin Skywalker was supposed to be back. And that was supposed to be like it's supposed to get weird with the Force as like a spiritual concept. It's supposed to dive deeper into Palpatine was nowhere to be found. I kind of wish we still did that with what we ended up getting, but alas. And then and it never got off the ground because eventually Colin Trevorrow stepped away to do Jurassic World or whatever, and then it was replaced with J.J. Abrams, and then Last Jedi came out and they're like, oh shoot, everyone hated this, so we can't do that. So it was just first drafts don't mean anything.
Right.
It was also supposed to be written, now switching back to the Kang Dynasty so I don't confuse anyone.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be written by the person who wrote Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which I think is a very underrated Marvel film, by the way. I don't think enough people saw it. I don't think enough people talk well about it because I thought it was really good. And it was like one of the earlier Phase 4 films where I was like, wow, like if this is where we're starting, we have nowhere else to go but what turned out to be down from here. So... That writer of Shang-Chi was supposed to write Kang Dynasty, so I was pretty confident in that script. First draft, it doesn't surprise me that for a first draft they were like, "Oh, we gotta shock value people, we gotta kill characters, we gotta bring everyone back, we gotta bring Wilson Fisk, who's now the mayor, and he looks at Kang and says, "I guess we're doing this the hard way," and he's punching Kang, but I
think that's probably the first idea to get nixed in a script with Disney, was that they can't kill characters anymore. If they do, it has to be one character or two. To kill off like 6 or 7 characters that they can all make franchises off of, even then, it's just like kind of a downer if you're just killing everyone. Now, I still am I still perfect universe. I'm like, if we didn't have to consider money, I think Infinity War, like the characters who died should have died.
Yeah, for good.
Like that would have just been way more of like an impactful, memorable moment.
Yeah.
But again, because money, we can't have that.
No,
so we have to have our
definitely
good ending, right?
Well, with Doomsday, we're still getting that expensive cast bill that you just mentioned, and
Sure.
like, oh, well, how are we going to pay for King Dynasty? All these characters. I was like, dude, have you seen how much we're going to spend on Doomsday? I don't think it's going to make Infinity War money either.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think it's going to hit $2 billion like Endgame did.
I'm still on the fence about this freaking script. But either way, it's
Mm-hmm.
horrible. It's just like, again, first draft, yeah, it probably would have been way different, but
Yeah.
just complicated too. Like
Oh yeah, but that's the thing with multiverse is
peak
like,
multiverse.
yeah. So we still don't know what Secret Wars is going to be about. We kind of sort of have an idea. Okay, so now it's not Kang Dynasty; it's Doomsday now. We don't really know what Doomsday is about. Besides, all we know is Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. That's all we know about the plot. We don't know if he's Tony Stark. We don't know if he's actually Victor Von Doom. We don't know. So with Kang Dynasty, we know even less because they abandoned that plot. But we don't know. We know less about Secret Wars than we know about Doomsday. So they could have killed off everyone in Kang Dynasty, but in Secret Wars, since it's multiverse, all those characters just come back. You know, and like, oh, it's Cap again, but now he's a different color tinted blue. You know, so yes, the first draft. Oh, we killed everyone. What do we do? You know, but with the Secret Wars aspect of it, where all these dimensions open up and they try to merge together, like they could easily just restore the actors back and be like, oh, well now it's like they did with Gamora.
I remember it's like that's kind of what like the talks of Endgame really just dive down to is who was going to die.
Yeah,
that really shouldn't be. If it is going to be, it really shouldn't be a conversation with this movie because like we know what the actual outcome is going to be. It doesn't actually matter, right?
Right. Yeah.
We just bring everyone back. So. But I think that's where a lot of people are going to see this movie for. It's like, who's going to die? It's like, that shouldn't be the only driving factor for a film. You know, like I think luckily most people are like, well, what's Robert Downey Jr. going to look like?
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, we know what he looks like.
Shouldn't we be more excited? I mean, that's a big appeal, right? But shouldn't we be excited about the film itself? You know, like the story that they're writing. But again, like you said, we don't know what the story is going to be. And it's kind of crazy that we're getting this close to launch day and we don't know what the story is going to be.
I would have agreed with you had this is a problem I brought up last year when Captain America came out. We don't know who the Avengers are. We don't know if we're bringing back Chris Evans, so I don't even know who's Captain America right now, to be honest with you. We don't know who the Avengers are. We don't. Is Tom Holland Spider-Man going to be in it? I mean, obviously they announced the cast, so like, oh, well, it's Fantastic Four. Are they part of the Avengers now? Like, or the Thunderbolts? They're the new Avengers, but are they not the old Avengers? Like, we don't know who the Avengers are. Well, Captain Marvel, she's a woman. She's leading the Avengers. No, her movie flopped. I don't even think they listed her as a cast member in Doomsday. So it's like, Hawkeye, is it still Jeremy Renner or is it what's her face now from Sinners? Like, we don't know who the Avengers are. So it's like, yes, on paper, all these characters are dying, but like it's the only characters left are people that we don't care about, to be honest with you. Their movies or TV shows didn't do well. Loki, is he going to be in it now? Because he's the Father Time. So it's like, you know, do we care? So yes. Shouldn't we be talking about the merits of the film? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be shot well? I don't think we can even afford to talk about that because it's like, who's going to appear in it? Kevin Feige keeps saying, oh, we didn't release the whole cast. We got some surprises for you. So it's like,
AKA they're going through their movie scripts and like trying to find who else can we shove in this right now.
Hey, you remember Clyde from Iron Man 2? Bring him back.
What about the little boy from Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
He's a grown man now.
Oh, yeah. So it's like we don't know what the movie's going to be about, for one. So it's like, I can't even afford to be like, well, is this movie going to be good? Because now I just want to know who dies, who comes back. I just want to know who the Avengers are at this point. I just want to know who's a part of the team, who isn't.
When do you think they're going to launch their trailer?
What are you talking about?
What do you think?
No.
The big trailer.
When Avatar 3 came out, buddy. We got a trailer.
No. I mean like the real trailer, right?
End of Brand New Day. Because Brand New Day comes out in June. So that's about the good point to drop your first trailer.
In the summer, yeah.
Yeah, in the summer. So June, maybe July. But it either needs to come out as an end credit scene for Spider-Man, which here's the thing. They know Spider-Man's going to make money because it is.
Right.
It's going to introduce a lot of characters that we didn't know were actually still around, like the Punisher.
Right.
I'm willing to bet there's a few more cameos. Mark Ruffalo still Hulk. Like, oh, cool. So this is their moment to start promoting Doomsday. Okay, so at the end, we're either going to have finally a Robert Downey Jr. cameo as Doom, or
Mr. Stark. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna. He comes out of the suit just like the.
Exactly. It's now or never.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's perfect time. Spider-Man always makes money, no matter what.
They were smart to cut down on the other Spider-Man movies did this as well, where they cut down on how much Avenger crap they put in, probably because of the Sony thing. Still the same case. So that actually is to their benefit because people aren't going in to see Avenger stuff. They'll see a Spider-Man film.
But now they have the opportunity to start promoting it. So first trailer, first we're going to get an end credit scene, and then I'm willing to bet either the trailer is going to be in the credits, in the previews, or maybe that following month. Maybe. Because it's like Spider-Man's able to build hype for the MCU again just a bit. It's not going to be, like you said, it's not going to be Endgame or Infinity War level hype.
Right.
But they have to kind of start from the beginning and work their way up like they did when Iron Man 1 came out in 2008. So that's the long answer to your question. It has to be when Spider-Man comes out because people are going to go see it. They know that. So they need to start promoting it then when hype's starting to build again.
Do you think we can get Julia Louis-Dreyfus into an Iron Man suit? I don't know. That's my $1 million idea right there.
Well, they don't have to. They just got to put her in a green screen outfit and just have her face cut. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, we're not doing that. Why did she do that in the comics?
No, it's just like I don't know. We gotta make everyone matter. So I feel like she's coming back. I feel like she's.
I liked her character though.
I loved her character.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I hope she comes back. But
you know what? That was my biggest gripe with Endgame was there's a part, the part where Pepper Potts has an outfit and she shows up in the Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
And it was so CG because whenever she lands and her mask opens up, they clearly gave her no direction. She's clearly in a green. She's clearly in a green screen room.
Right.
She's wearing green screen outfit, mocap or whatever, and they clearly said, "Now make a face like you're mad." And so when the mask opens up, she's like, so I was like, man. So I don't know. I didn't like that shot of her. I thought it was really stupid. Yeah. I did like her fight scenes where she's like back to back with Tony and they're shoot. That was cool. It was so clear that she wasn't in the same room with the rest of the cast. And they said, okay, now make a mean face. You're angry. This is it. This is the heroic moment.
That was peak Goop days. She didn't have time for anything else. Man.
Yeah, they probably just took a cut out of one of her ads and stuck it on there. That's how lazy it was.
Right.
So, yeah, that was my only kind of hiccup with that scene. There's also, I don't know if I told you this or we talked about it on the show, there's a mess up in that scene in Endgame. There's an error.
Oh.
There's the part where all the enemies are running at each other and the camera's going down the line where all the heroes are using their iconic things. So if you remember the Black Hand, the Black Order, Thanos' children, the Hulk ripoff who's wearing all black. In the first part of Endgame, I think it's Thor who hits him first with the hammer as the camera's going down and it knocks him out of the way. And as we keep going, we cut to Drax who hops on him again. So they accidentally put him twice. So the first part, Thor hits him with the hammer, it knocks him out. And as we go down the line, Drax comes in, he's stabbing his back. So they actually did that character twice by accident.
Interesting.
Yeah, so if you rewatch Endgame and look at it from that perspective, you actually really can't unsee it.
I remember Tobey Maguire being in the fight, but now when I see the film, I don't see him anymore. I don't know what the problem is there.
Yeah, I just want them to flat out just do Spider-Man 4. Fans want it. Tobey Maguire's down to do it. He still looks great. He doesn't have to lose 50 pounds.
Yeah, no.
Even the girl that plays Mary Jane, she looks great too. Just do it. Just do it. You can still do what's his name as Vulture. Do you remember the actor they were going to do for Spider-Man 4? It was what's the actor they cut from Fantastic Four?
Wait, they weren't going to use Michael Keaton?
No.
Oh.
No. When it was still Sam Raimi doing Spider-Man 4, John Malkovich. He was going to be Vulture. They had concept art, and what ended up happening, I don't know if you know this, Sony just ended up working on Amazing Spider-Man behind Sam Raimi's back. And Sam Raimi found out about it. He also wasn't happy with how Spider-Man 4 was shaping up. He's like, I'm just not happy with it. He was also discouraged by Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
And so he went to Sony and said, hey, I give up. I can't crack Spider-Man 4. Also, I know you already started rebooting it without telling me, so just go ahead and finish that. And we got Amazing Spider-Man 1.
How amazing.
Yeah, except it wasn't.
Scorpion's going to be in the Spider-Man. I probably for like, you think he's going to be like,
yeah, the brand new day trailer dropped.
A big fight or like a quick cameo? Not really like.
I don't think it's going to be a real fight. I think it's going to be the same way they did Shocker in the last one. You're Shocker now.
I love that actor so much, though.
I know, yeah.
And that he's so underutilized. And he's actually, I don't know how young he is. I just watched Better Call Saul again. He looks really young still.
Oh, yeah.
And again, he's the guy from Far Cry 3 all those years ago. He still looks great, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, utilize him, dude. He's a great actor. Everyone remembers that one scene. That scene, everyone
from
Better Call Saul.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say from Spider-Man, where he just like falls off a boat.
Dude, how many people freaking quote his madness line? I'm just like,
do you know the definition of insanity?
insanity?
Yeah, you come to my island. No, I love him. I forget his name. I don't know why, but yeah, from Nacho from Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I will say about the MCU that I still very much like. I always give their movies and TV shows a chance. I always walk into a movie thinking, I'm gonna watch this and see if it's good. I want them to be good. I want them to capture some of that magic that they used to have 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, jeez. I do like that they don't ever plant a seed that they don't at least attempt to pay off. For example, Incredible Hulk, they dripped the goo on Dr. Steiner's head, and he turns into the leader.
Like 40 years later.
Never paid it off, right? And I was like, they forgot about it. And because like Hulk was Universal, the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton was actually Universal. We don't have Edward Norton anymore. But then they brought back the guy that played Ross, William Hurt, and then he died. And then even though they recast him with Harrison Ford, they still brought back Betty Ross. They still brought back the leader. They brought back the actor that played the leader, whatever, I forget his name. And then with Scorpion, like they tease Scorpion and he's in prison. He's like, the word on the street is, who Spider-Man really is. And then like we never saw him again for like 10 years. And then Brand New Day comes out and they're trying to pay it off. And then like you said, will it be in a big capacity? Probably not. But like they're trying.
Did they ever bring back that one guy from the end of Doctor Strange 1? The tease
Baron Mordo?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in 2. But it was the multiverse version of him, and he said, and
that doesn't count.
It counts because they referenced him. They said, we have you in my universe, and he hates me too. And he's like, he's a loser, just like you. Remember that scene?
No.
He like tried. That's how he taunts him. He's like, yeah, we have him in my universe, and he's also a jerk.
What was the whole thing with that after credits scene though? Didn't he like find something or meet someone?
He took the magic out of the guy that used magic to heal his crippled, and he ripped it out of him. He said, "There's too many wizards," and he walks away. But was there a payoff? No. But they tried to at least like when they make the movie, they realize, hey, we're going to go in a different direction. We're going the multiverse route. But they at least try to acknowledge that they set something up. They try not to leave it where there's at least no mention of it. They don't try to super downplay it.
And where are we at with the X-Men? Because the whole X-Men merge thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know how like the end of Miss Marvels or the Marvels or whatever, they do that. Yeah. No, stop lying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
That doesn't exist. There is no the Marvels. That was a dream we all had.
Gotcha.
No, they're probably going to come back in Doomsday.
Well, I'm surprised because that movie that came out like a few movies ago, and they haven't really touched upon
no. So Patrick Stewart's coming back in Doomsday. You know that, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So when they did the cast chair, they're bringing back the original Magneto. So the guy that played Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, he's Magneto again. Patrick Stewart. Yeah, Patrick Stewart. All the original X-Men, so that's where that's going to fit.
Oh, I see.
So the guy that plays Beast in the Marvels at the end, he played Beast in X3, by the way, Last Stand. Except this time it's CGI, not a practical costume. Same actor, though.
Okay.
The guy that plays Frasier, Kelsey Grammer. They're going to pay it off. It's just, will it be good or will it be like a weird... I don't know what they're going to do because like Patrick Stewart, bringing him back for Doomsday, kind of smart, but it's like we can't keep bringing him back because he's going to be old. He's about to be as old as he was in Logan. So like we can't keep doing that,
right.
So
I actually thought, isn't he like in his 80s?
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's old. Yeah. He's almost as old as he was in, like, I'm not kidding, Logan. He was 90 in Logan, not really in real life, the actor.
Yeah.
But he's getting there. And same thing with Gandalf. I got to catch him at a con, a Comic-Con or the Dallas Fan Expo before he expires.
Yeah.
Because I would love a picture with all the original Fellowship members from Lord of the Rings before they go on. That's why I did Gimli this past time. Because he's like in his 80s. And I saw him in Indiana Jones. He's not looking too great. Oof. So... Anyway,
what was he in Indiana Jones?
He was the guide that whenever they meet up in like the Morocco town, he's like Indy, and he's the big dude with the beard. I can pull him up. Yeah, he's in 1 and 3, and the very last one. But anyway, so I don't know. I forget his name though, but he's in most of them. So
all right then.
But yeah, I'm torn between whether I'm excited for Doomsday or not. On paper, it's got all the pieces. They brought back the original Infinity War writer. They brought back all the characters from all the movies from before. X-Men, Infinity War. Like, we're doing all that. We're doing it all. It's a recipe for success on paper.
Yeah.
But it's more so like the recipe for Molotovs and Resident Evil Requiem. It's like, I don't know if I want to make that, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You're not excited for it, right?
No.
Yeah.
But I'll see it.
But, okay, so for Brand New Day, what'd you think of the trailer? You watched it, right?
Yeah. Cool. I think my brain turns off with superhero trailers now because they all kind of look the same. But it's cool to see Punisher.
Yeah.
Actually, really surprised to see Punisher.
No, all the cameos that they spoiled, I was surprised. I was talking with my buddy Ronnie, who was on the show a few episodes back in, like, October.
Yeah.
You need to listen to those episodes. They're solid. Anyway. He was saying that you hear Keith David in the trailer, and he was like, "Oh, I think that's an old Norman Osborn."
Yeah.
And I was like, I had to point out to him, I was like, no, actually, in No Way Home, when the Willem Dafoe Norman Osborn comes back, he says Oscorp doesn't exist. Right. So like that actually is impossible because there's no Oscorp, unless they do what they did with the Daily Bugle, where it's like an online podcast, But they're not going to do that. So I don't know who Keith David plays, but I was surprised at the amount of people they showed in the trailer. So they showed. They showed the Punisher, like you said, and then they showed Hulk. So I don't know if he's going to turn into Hulk.
They showed Bruce Banner. I love how Mark Ruffalo. Do you think they gave up on the whole Smart Hulk thing?
Yeah. And that was I don't think that was ever supposed to be permanent. To be honest with you,
really?
Yeah, because if you think about every time they used the Hulk, they used a different version of him, with the exception of Age of Ultron. Mm-hmm. The Avengers, this is Savage Green Hulk. And then pretend Age of Ultron doesn't exist. Okay. They used Savage Hulk again. But then every time after that you saw him, it was a different form of him. So you saw him in Infinity War. In Thor, you see him as Gladiator Hulk. And then in Infinity War, he gets punched back to Bruce, and Bruce gets in the Hulkbuster outfit, which was fun irony. And then in Endgame, he's Smart Hulk. And then we get back to...
but they also use Smart Hulk for She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm. But then he changed back to Banner. He was Banner for like the one scene. So they established he can go back and forth at will.
Also, he has a son now? Does he have a son now?
What are you talking about?
Does he have a son now?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, where'd that come from?
So in She-Hulk...
You can't do that to me.
No, I watched She-Hulk. I'm the only person that gave it a chance. I'm the only person that said, yes, that line's really dumb.
Caleb's the only person I can call up when I'm like, I have a She-Hulk question. I still refuse to watch the show.
Well, before we get to that, we got to reset the camera. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Are you familiar with the World War Hulk comic storyline?
You've told me about it.
Okay. For a quick summary, Hulk gets sent into space, Planet Hulk, takes over the Gladiator world planet, and becomes king. World War Hulk, he decides to come back and take revenge on the people that sent him into space, which is the Illuminati. Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, the head honchos that make all the decisions behind the scenes. At the end, so in World War Hulk, Gladiator planet blows up and it kills his wife and kid. That's why Hulk comes back for revenge. At the end, they establish that, yes, the mom Hulk died. She blew up. However, because it's Hulk, gamma explosions actually help Hulk get stronger. So at the end, they go back to World War or the Gladiator planet, and Scar, the son of Hulk, pops out of the ashes of where he died, and he's fully grown. He's Hulk, son of Hulk, and his name's Scar. She-Hulk, the TV series, Bruce Banner gets kidnapped, abducted by aliens, and there are scenes where he's in space on a spaceship, and I was like, oh, shoot, are we setting up World War Hulk? Is he about to come back and reenact the coolest Hulk storyline? Is that what we're building to? And at the end of She-Hulk is with Daredevil, and they're at the family barbecue. I'm not joking. They're all sitting around the table talking. Bruce Banner comes back. He's Professor Hulk, and he's like, guys, I'm back after they teased something really cool, him going to space again. And he comes back and said, I got an announcement to make. And he comes and he moves out the way, and we see the ugliest CGI rendition of a fat kid with a receding hairline of supposed to be Scar. Does he come back and say anything cool? No, he just sits there like a dumb teenager, and he just looks all like disinterested in the family barbecue. Like I know you've seen at all your family gatherings. There's always that one cousin with AirPods in who just doesn't want to be part of this of the family. That's what he looks like, and it's awful. And that was Scar. That's all we got. There's no cool scene where he rises from the ashes of a broken planet. Nope.
Where did he come from?
He came from They don't say.
So he met a bunch of aliens. Suddenly he has.
We don't see that either. We don't see that off screen. But apparently,
and you still like that show?
No. They fumbled it absolutely. But I gave it a chance all the way through.
How are you not throwing your computer out the window? Like that to me.
I'm not my dad.
With how much you love Hulk.
Yeah.
How are you not like still? Because there are so many things that you'll still bring up and get angry about, even though it's done nothing to you recently. How is that something that you have like such self-control over? Like, I'm surprised you didn't throw this entire table up because just talking about it. And you're just like, it's a thing they did.
I don't know. Because you're right. Hulk's my favorite. I don't know why I'm not angry about it.
Oh my god!
I don't know. That's a good question. Like, there's just no anger for me.
Mr. Drive-Through Man. Like,
yeah.
By the way, you think it's cute how McDonald's rebranded their drive-throughs to be VIP sections, the police forward sections?
Yes. Don't get me started on these rants on fast food.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. We can talk about Scar and with relative ease
because they've done everything besides flat out saying we effed up the universe now. Okay, they are self-aware that nobody wanted what they were selling, and they're trying to course correct. So because Marvel did so much for me in my younger adult years. Okay, I'm old now. I'm 30. Yeah. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Ugh. Don't get old, buddy. Even pooping hurts now. No. It did so much for me. For me to jump off the bandwagon and start getting angry at someone who did a lot for me, who and is trying to restore what he broke. Okay, so I'm trying to ride with him and give him a chance to course correct, give fans what they really want. We don't want She-Hulk. We don't want the Marvels. We don't want this women-powered, DEI-fueled movies. We don't want it. We have spoken with our wallets. Captain America: Brave New World was a failure. Other than coming out and saying, yeah, we did it because of DEI. Other than saying it, they are course correcting by bringing back Chris Evans, bringing back actors they know we want to see. They didn't even announce Brie Larson to come in for Doomsday. So like they know nobody likes it. So
I want them to. Yeah. I want them to stop in Doomsday if they don't have a scene where new Captain America, gets pulled over by the cops, and all the Avengers get to watch the cruelty of modern America, dude. I'm walking out.
There's a guy named George Broyd who gets pulled over. He's like, well, I didn't do nothing.
I really love the idea of everyone being in like a big party bus of like Avengers, and they get pulled over and they all have to see Sam. No. Yeah. This is what we're fighting against. Yeah. This is our doomsday.
Yeah. It's Robert Downey Jr. as the cop. So he just says, if you're talking, you're breathing. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Very insensitive. It's only been 6 years since the horrible passing of such a tragic American hero. Anyway,
I got a tattoo of him.
That's right here. But no, I'm willing to give him a chance to fix this. But I can also acknowledge that the mistakes they made were really bad. One and two, they're not. It's just never going to be as fun as it was in 2018, 2017. Like that's done. If they were able to get that back, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very shocked. But weirder things have happened. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm not mad about it. But anyway, brand new day. Did you watch the '90s cartoon of Spider-Man?
You mean the one that was trying to be the Batman animated series?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
it's good.
I watched like a little bit, but
it's
good.
good.
I felt it was too silly.
Really?
Oh, you mean like the darker one, not like the OG one? Okay, yeah, a little bit maybe.
Right? Yeah.
Shocker!
Yeah, shocker! I'll chase you to the end of the world, shocker! I was like, poor shocker. Like he could stay animated his face. He's like, yeah. That's I love it. So you did watch that.
Yeah, I love the comment. It's like he doesn't have superpowers. He just ran through that wall.
Yeah. So where was I going with that? Oh, Man Spider. I hope that's where we're going with Brand New Day, because Spider-Man wakes up in a cocoon, and there's a part where his eyes are blacked out like spider eyes. So I would love that. Also, in the cartoon, when he becomes Man Spider, Punisher's after him in the cartoon. Like, he's trying to hunt the evil Spider-Man who he thinks is a monster, and he runs into Man Spider.
So is it just like an upgrade to the mutation, or does someone do that to him?
No, it's an upgrade to the mutation.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the scariest designs, like villain designs, it's actually a Spider-Man villain. One that actually makes me uncomfortable by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's kind of a stupid sounding villain. You know who Doppelganger is?
No.
Okay. No, like very few people know who this is.
Not the Chameleon.
Not the Chameleon.
Okay.
Doppelganger.
Okay.
Doppelganger is basically, I'll show a picture.
Yeah, then describe him.
I don't know how I found this thing, but it looks way scarier than it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this thing before?
No.
Okay, so Doppelganger basically is like an actual bug mutant that just so happens to look exactly like Spider-Man.
Okay.
With like teeth,
Sure.
And multiple arms, like 6 arms basically. Yeah. So that's Doppelganger.
Okay, cool.
What's scary to me is like I have like this, I don't know what the fear is called, but like this fear of like a hint of uncanny valley almost, where it's like it looks human, but it's not human.
Mm-hmm.
So actually very scary for me, except they gave him a really dumb, stupid, quippy voice.
Oh.
I forget what show he was in. I was like, this is really disappointing, because I built him up as like the scariest thing.
Based on the design.
Yeah, because I'm like, hey, that's creepy. It kind of has like Carnage design a little bit.
Yeah, mix of Carnage, Spider-Man.
That's what reminds me of. So he's going to be growing extra arms.
Potentially. But my buddy Ronnie also brought up another storyline where he keeps switching places with Sadie Sink, the redheaded girl from Stranger Things. They for some reason, whenever Peter Parker goes to sleep, he cocoons himself, and then they switch minds or something, or she gets something weird. And then when he wakes up, he gets he's in a cocoon and he doesn't know what's going on. But the trailer keeps teasing his DNA evolving. So I think we're going Man Spider. Also, Punisher's in it, like in the cartoon. I don't know how the comics did it, but I was like, everything's kind of there for Man Spider to show up.
Where does the cocoon come from?
What do you mean?
Where does the web for the cocoon come from?
Well, so that was another thing people pointed out in the trailer was like in the they're going Tobey Maguire where the webs come out of his actual arms.
Oh.
Yeah. So potentially the webs are coming out of his body. Because when he wakes up in the cocoon, there's other spiders in the web. So
that's cool.
I think we're going the Man Spider route where he's evolving and he's turning into a spider. But they got it. They can't give away too much in the trailer, so they tease it. He's in a cocoon. Punisher's there. Other villains are there. So like while he's fighting villains, is he struggling with also turning into a Man Spider? I mean, I doubt they're going to commit too much to one aspect of the show, because I saw hand ninjas or the 10 ring ninjas, whatever. Punisher, Hulk, Keith David playing whatever character. Like I saw a lot of elements here.
If they do the storyline where he sells his firstborn child to the devil?
Oh yeah,
save Mary
they're
Jane.
not doing that. They've regretted that ever since they did it.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Superior Spider-Man. A lot of people know that story. And it's a really good story, but the build up to that I always thought was weird. What was it? What was the story behind like how
Doc Ock
became him? Yeah.
So Doc Ock is dying of cancer in the Superior Spider-Man, and he finds a way to switch places with Peter. So he puts Peter's mind into his body, which dies of cancer, and then Doc Ock is Spider-Man. So he's that's the superior Spider-Man. That's the word superior. He's got a superiority complex.
We haven't seen Doc Ock in the new MCU, right?
I don't think we're going to do that.
No.
Because, I mean, it's the No Way Home had its pros. Great movie. I loved it. I think it's really fun. The cons are, well, now we can't do Lizard because we already did Lizard, and it was the Lizard from Amazing Spider-Man 1. We did Doc Ock already. So they established there's no Dr. Otto Octavius. There's no Oscorp. So the cons are there's a lot of villains now we can't use. So I don't know where we're going. People thought Keith David's going to be Lizard. Dr. Connor's like, I don't think they're going to do that again.
Spider-Man's probably going to fight Hulk in place of the Lizard, because like, isn't that what he's doing? Essentially, he's taking the place of the Lizard.
That's fair. Yeah, he's doing Dr. Connors.
He's green.
Yeah. That's a fair point. So we'll see. I don't think they want to accidentally spoil that Hulk's in the movie like they did with Red Hulk and Captain America 4. I don't think they're trying to do that again. So keep that under wraps. I don't know if he's mutating. That's the closest we might get to the symbiote storyline in this universe. I don't think. I think they might tease that the Venom symbiote's in this again, but it's gonna be another tease. I don't think it's gonna be another because this is cool. In the Secret Wars comic, that Spider-Man shows up in his alien outfit. So that's the appearance of the symbiote costume. Is he in Secret Wars, the original story, they cut to Spider-Man. He's just wearing black for no reason. They don't explain it. He's just wearing black, and he talks like he's normal Spider-Man. Like, hey, Spidey. I was like, nobody's going to talk about the black costume. And then at the bottom, there's a blurb that says, to see how he got his costume, read this issue of Spider-Man. And so then that's how they got the symbiote storyline set up. So I think at the end of Brand New Day, they're finally going to tease the symbiote making its way to Peter Parker, or it's going to accidentally touch him. And then in Secret Wars, he's just got the costume. And then the Spider-Man movie after that is where we're going to get to the symbiote storyline. So I think next Spider-Man will be symbiotes. They're going to have him have the outfit in Secret Wars to get people to go watch it, stuff like that. So,
dude, I love if they went like the. Did you ever play Web of Shadows?
I've seen it online, but
is that a real story, or is that just something they made up? You think?
They
where
probably
symbiotes take over like New York? Sounds like something they would have
No,
done.
they probably had something to go off of comic wise. So
I'd love to see that on the big screen. Just like almost like a zombie film, but just symbiotes. Like
because they still have Mark Ruffalo. They still got the Punisher. Like you could take those actors from the Avengers and give them a symbiote outfit, and it would be really, man, watching Spider-Man having to stop the symbiotes from taking over New York and plaguing our favorite heroes.
Symbiote Hulk.
Yeah, that'd be so good. And will we get that? I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to get Eddie Brock in the next symbiote attempt for movies. I don't know. I hope with these course corrections, we really figure out what we're trying to do, what the direction we're trying to take. I'm pretty confident we're going to figure it out and get the ball, fixed. So I'm excited. I think we're going to have a great time. Let me see. I had another thought to that. I know Spider-Man always makes money. Same thing with Batman. It's just two characters that just will always make money. Oh, how long do you think Tom Holland is going to be Spider-Man?
Next movie is probably his last one.
You think so?
Not Doomsday, but the next Spider-Man.
Secret
movie.
Wars or next Spider-Man. Okay,
I think so.
Yeah.
He does like his big appeal is that he looks young.
Yeah.
Can't last forever.
Sure.
And eventually it's going to start looking weird. So
yeah, for real.
And I'm sure, again, Tom Holland, this is the only thing he's got right now.
Exactly.
And they were really banking on, industry was really banking on him to being like the next big thing.
Literally Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a low point with Mark Wahlberg.
I think we've hit rock bottom.
But what else has he got at? So I'm like, I was about to say maybe he's getting tired of it, but again, he's not freaking Robert Downey. You can't just say I'm tired of it.
I was gonna say, so yeah, we think alike. Was if his career continued the upward trajectory it was on when Endgame came out, and he did No Way Home, and that was like the victory lap of like Spider-Man. That'd have been a good time to end his arc or whatever, if they wanted. But like you said, he doesn't have any other franchises. He doesn't stand out as a particularly great actor. He's good. He's good. Like, I'm not talking bad about him, and I think he's a fun person, I'm sure. But like, he doesn't have a lot of range from what I've seen. Like, put him in a role where he's a mad scientist or he's a serious cop, like, and let's see how good he does. But he kind of got typecasted as the Peter Parker kid,
which it's so hard to escape from.
Exactly.
I think everyone had. Tobey Maguire had that. Andrew Garfield kind of had that problem for a little bit. Andrew Garfield did like a bunch of like kind of. I think Hacksaw Ridge got him out of that.
Yeah,
but
a literal war film.
Yeah, and then he was in Lighthouse, and no,
that was Robert Pattinson.
Oh, he was in something else that was kind of horror related. But yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
but then he also played in that musical, the Here Comes the Boom or something. Which was fantastic. He played like an artist who had mental health issues.
Tom Holland.
Yeah, he hasn't had a chance.
Grow a beard or something. I don't know.
He hasn't had a chance to stretch his acting abilities. So all his movies that he's done since then have kind of flopped, or like we're on Netflix and didn't. You can't tell if it's going to be good box office numbers from Netflix unless you're Electric State. Then you can know how much money you lose. I got something based on Electric State too. But anyway. I don't know. Like, he kind of has no choice but to keep playing Peter Parker as much as he can. He has the same problem Daisy Ridley had with Force Awakens as Rey, where after Star Wars was over, she had nothing else to do because she's not great. She's not bad. She's just not great. She doesn't fit into every role. She has to play the quirky British person.
Poe Dameron, though.
Right. Exactly. You talk now. Someone who did take off from the Spider-Man stuff was Zendaya. Like, she's in all sorts of stuff now. So Tom Holland unfortunately has gotten the short end of the stick. The good thing is, the caveat to that is, there's no shortage of demand for Spider-Man films. Yeah. So it's like, they can keep using him. He can keep working, and as long as he's good with his money, he'll always have. He can retire at whatever age he's at. Right. Does he can he afford to walk away from the role? I don't think so, dude. Because like no one else is going to hire him at this point. Like, he doesn't have a lot of range, and he's not very desirable as an actor outside of Spider-Man. There's no demand for him to be in other things like everyone else. So we'll see. I don't know. I think he could actually end up playing it for quite a while if they want to keep using him. Oof. Now, like you said, when he does actually get older, I don't know how they're going to do that. But because they can only de-age him so much before he looks like Mark Hamill in Mando.
I feel like the people who look like that typically don't look great later on. Like if they have that baby face, they just kind of like, and they say they have that face and they're like 40 something. Yeah. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Who else can we? Who else can be Spider-Man? At this point,
a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't know why, but first name that came to mind was Jason Alexander. Let's get him in a suit.
That's hilarious. Jason Alexander, that's George, right? From Seinfeld. In Secret Wars, he's like, I had to make sure I understood what you're saying. Right? In Secret Wars, he's like, worlds are colliding. I
was in the pool.
Yeah, I was in the pool.
Just like, again, those are the cameos I want.
Yeah. So, Electric State, I don't want to talk about the movie, but Chris Pratt, did you read he's depressed after his most recent flop?
He's depressed after his most recent flop.
Like, which was it was that AI movie where he's chained to a chair, and he has to the judge is AI, and he has to prove his case. Flopped.
Yeah.
And he's sad because he's hitting the same problem Tom Holland hit, where the likable guy Star-Lord isn't carrying over into other movies.
Yep.
They're trying to recapture that magic, and it doesn't work every time. So his everyman appeal is wearing off. And so the roles are drying up, or he gets a role and nobody watches his movie. So he's depressed about that. And I thought it was pretty interesting. It's sad, but he has Guardians of the Galaxy money. He's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, I would see the depression part of like, you know, you think you're in high demand and it turns out you're not as cool as you thought you were.
He actually get on mic and say I'm depressed, or did people just like he must be depressed because this movie didn't do well?
The article I read said Chris Pratt reportedly depressed after most recent flop. And sources close to him, I'm like quoting the article from what I remember reading. Sources close to him say that he was shocked that his last movie flopped and that he's becoming increasingly aware that his charm is wearing off.
You know what? That's a weird thing to say. I don't know. He should like be in. Dude, imagine if he was in an Iron Lung or something. You know, like if he just does like these like more independent stories, maybe. Just these, he's trying to be in these big, giant films. Like, there was something weird about the film, the AI film. Like, I think whoever was backing it or whoever owned it, like, there was something weird going on with that. But
Allegedly.
Yeah. What a weird career.
Yeah.
Definitely. Didn't think it'd be this way.
You know what? I think you're right. If he would grace some B films with people that want to make a good movie, but, you know, if he did like a smaller horror film, or a smaller, like I said, B film where he's the selling point and it's a really good story, I think he could break out of the funk. But it's like you said, he keeps trying to Jared Leto a franchise where he is Tron. You know, he's the guy in Tron. He's the man. And I don't think he just, I mean, I can see why people thought he was going to be that actor because he was spearheading Guardians and, you know, he did Parks and Rec and he was a big selling point of that at some point. But yeah, as time has
really
gone on,
is good actor. Like I think in the Guardians films, like
Jurassic World. I'm sorry, he led that franchise too. So why wouldn't you think you're a movie star?
And like I think again, we brought this up earlier. His romance with Gamora like was believable. Like again, he's really good. Like everyone loves watching him. I think he's usually the best part of whatever project he's you know part of. But yeah. The carrying thing, I just don't know if he just doesn't have these films that support him. I think, like he's carrying everything all the time.
Right, and yeah, he is a good leading man, but I think they need to quit. He needs to quit taking roles where he thinks he's going to lead a 7-movie franchise, and also be the main draw. Where like you said, the whole franchise is relying on his actor status because he just doesn't have that pull anymore.
He's a new haircut.
He's not The Rock.
Yeah.
No, he had a haircut in Electric State. It wasn't a haircut. It was fake long hair, or maybe he grew it out. But they did that and it sucked.
Even that didn't save him.
No,
God,
no.
What are we doing?
Did you know Electric State was the guys who did Endgame too? Did I bring that up last time?
Yeah, we know that. It was literally like, oh my God, there's going to be a new Avengers, but like not. Do you think
Mr. Peanut showed up and I was like, motherfucker?
Do you think any of the cast from Stranger Things are going to go anywhere?
No.
That's so sad.
Except for Millie Bobby Brown, 11. Yeah. She's the only one. She's the only one. For some reason now she's hot.
Wolfhard kind of fell off. He almost had a semblance of a career and then like something happened.
He did It and then that was it. And with that, we end today's episode.
How do you be part of the at the time biggest show on television for years and just nothing afterwards? Like they're gonna get work, but like not
like
big.
that anymore. No, because Millie Bobby's been in a bunch of big franchises. She's still spearheading Godzilla, Stranger Things, Electric State. Like all this stuff, she still has a lot of. Now, I don't know anyone who would go to a movie because she's in it. But you can put her in a franchise people want to see, and she'll be a good part of the franchise. But I also think she also got kind of typecasted too, because she plays the kid that doesn't talk very well.
Right.
I think even on Electric State, she's like, you know, she's like awkward, so she doesn't know how to talk to people. So she talks like 11 from Stranger Things. So
I know she was in Electric State. That's weird.
Oh yeah, no, she's the main character.
Dang, who else was in there?
Chris Pratt. I also think the guy that plays Gus in Breaking Bad, I think he's one of the robots. Also, Mr. Peanut is played by Woody Harrelson.
What?
Yeah. It was the biggest waste of money you've ever seen in your entire life. And I'm worried Doomsday is going to waste the same amount of money with all these actors they're pulling in. I'm worried it's the exact same mistake that we're making.
Oh my God, dude.
Anyway, with that, this is our Empire Strikes Back of episodes. So we're gonna end it where everything's low, everything sucks, and we're gonna call it a day, guys.
Sick Toxic Commando shirt.
Oh, thank you, but it's not Toxic Commando.
Oh, my bad.
Did you watch that?
No.
Oh.
I just trying to.
Well, no wonder he thought it was from that. It's actually from Return of the Living Dead. Really good. One of my favorite zombie films. I recommend you watch it. But we'll get to that next time, maybe. It's got the guy that was who apparently assaulted Drake Bell in it. That's not why the movie's good, but he's in it.
He will return in Doomsday. Yeah. Just as that guy who potentially assaulted Drake Bell.
Anyway, it's a good movie other than him.
I was trying to get us out of the lull.
Yeah, you just open another can of worms. All right. We'll see y'all next time, guys.
Bye.